There's something inside you waiting to say, wake me up, oh God. I want to live. I want to live. I want to live forever. Wake me up. And so I walked into the room and I said, hi, I'm David Jeffries. What did you expect me to say, Bill Pollard? That was funny. This is Bill Pollard. I don't know Bill Pollard. So I walked in, I said, I'm Dave Jeffries, and I talked to him a little bit. And while I was talking to him, I realized he was a good old guy. Good old boy. He drank a little bit, and he didn't think he needed to be in church and think he needed to serve the Lord. I don't know, but he was a good old boy. And that's when I had the impression that he was that. And I want to say something to you. It's like for a second I looked up and like a curtain parted in heaven. It's like a curtain parted in heaven. I'm telling you, just like it was. And there was a little old salt and pepper haired woman. And she was in heaven bowing at an altar of God. And the Lord said, his mother. See, I didn't know the man. I didn't know whether his mother was alive or dead, but I knew that I saw into heaven and she was there praying at an altar for her son. Listen to this. This is an amazing story. And I looked at him and God said, tell him this. You say, how do you know God said that? I don't know. I had the impression to tell him. I told him, and you know that God told you to do that because something happens that couldn't happen any other way. When God shows up, things happen that couldn't possibly ever happen. But God shows up and he does miracles. He does miracles, such wonderful things. So I said to the man, since I saw this little old woman bow at an altar, and I saw that she was praying for this man down on the earth that I was visiting, it was her son. You understand? Your mother, who serves God here, will carry her prayer before people up to heaven. And I believe they continue to intercede before God for their loved ones, their children, their grandchildren, whatever you are. Somebody is in heaven praying for you. And that little old woman was in heaven, bowed before an altar of God on behalf of her son, who was a good old boy. Never did too much wrong, didn't drink more than he should have, sometimes. And I said these words to him. You know, the Lord put it in my heart that your mother was, what the word was, that your mother was a godly, Christ-fearing woman who truly loved the Lord. I could feel the effect it was having on me. And I think he put his head down and said, yes, sir, she sure was. He remembered the times his mother had taken him on her knee and prayed over him, laid her hands on him. Isn't that something? And God, I'm going to say something to you. You've never heard this except you've been around me a while. God knows the tender spot in every man or woman's heart. The place where they can be reached. You can try 47 different things, not one of them will work. And then you just say, I acknowledge you, Lord. I really want to know what I need to say to this person that'll change their heart. And that's what I said about him. I didn't really say that to start with because all I did was walked in and the Lord opened the curtain on heaven and there was this little old woman praying for her son. And this was the guy in the bed I came to visit and pray for. So you see, God, I'm going to say this to you. When you need him to do it, God will give you special knowledge about someone. And that special knowledge will be the one way that they can be touched, the one way that they can be reached by God.